Welcome to the most important show on the internet, the sarcastic intro that drives Ryan crazy, Geeks and Gamers Daily, the most important show at this time on this day with this panel talking about these topics. What's up,
I would
Ryan?
argue even that, to be honest.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. Last episode of Penguin was last night, so that show's finally over, which has been fun. It's been fun to watch something that I actually enjoy every week instead of, watching things that I absolutely fucking despise. So that's always an improvement.
Hell yeah. And we have the owner of Criticless in the house, Blaine. How the hell are you, Blaine?
I'm freaking great, man. Happy to be here and happy to say hello to all the people that have been pouring into Criticless over the past 3 or 4 days.
That's right.
It's been great.
It's been nice to see. And so we've hung out with you in Vegas. Me and Ryan hung out with you in Vegas. We had a meeting at the Trump Hotel, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So any opportunity I can get to mention Trump's name, always going to do that. So
Ryan in his bougie room up there with the skyline. And
Ryan
everything.
had like the nicest room ever, which I think every room is super nice there, though. I don't think you had a special room. They're just all nice, aren't they, Ryan?
Wait, at the Trump?
Yeah.
They're all pretty nice, but
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it
are.
depends which way you're looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you get
yeah.
one that's not facing the strip.
You had
probably not a good view.
you had a really good view, though. That was a good view there. So, but yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about. It's been a crazy weekend, and I am dying. Everybody has been freaking out over the Penguin. Everybody, like the finale. I've seen a ton of good feedback on it.
We're getting hundreds just pouring into Criticless. It's just and that's pretty rare. Honestly, to even get most excellence, our upper range is hard to get, and people are popping off. They love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. I think I probably have to watch it all over again, one more time before I'd say I think to call it 100 might be a little crazy. I think it's 100% one of the best comic book shows we've ever seen.
We're not going to spoil anything, guys. I haven't even seen all of it yet. So
Jeremy hasn't fucking watched it, so he can't spoil it.
Yeah. So it's not Daredevil level, but it's probably it's in that second tier,
There are
right?
some people who feel it's Daredevil level.
Really?
And that's why I think I have to watch it again. They're a little bit different shows. There's not as much, obviously not as much action and shit in this one as there is in Daredevil.
Yeah.
But it's about the characters, and it's about Oz. It's about Oz's entire outlook on life, how he became the way that he is, why he is the way that he is, and what he does to make sure that at the end of the day, he will stay on top no matter what, no matter who he has to sacrifice, no matter who he has to betray, no matter who he has to lie to. He will do whatever it takes to get the desired outcome.
Hell yeah. Well, a lot of people have been talking about it and praising it, so I'm looking forward to binging through it the way it should be watched.
And obviously, Sophia Falcone, if you like kind of crazy murder girls, that's always a plus as well.
Ryan's in love. So.
I made a post on X about it. I made a post on Twitter about it, and I said I don't know. I was basically, it was just a joke, right? And some people took it a little serious. I'll say some people took it a little seriously.
They take all of your posts too seriously, Ryan.
I suppose that's what happens when I barely ever post anything. If I they're gonna take it seriously when I do post. So
here's the problem with you. We're in the danger zone right now. Ryan liked something. Usually when Ryan likes something, controversy follows. Something happens. He gets in trouble for something and he goes viral. So I don't know what that's going to be yet, but every time you like something,
I didn't do anything. I haven't done anything wrong lately. I don't know. I said some mean stuff on FNT, I guess. That could get clipped, and who knows? It might go viral, but it'll be okay. So you said over on Criticless, Penguin's getting a lot of praise, Blaine?
Yeah, man. Yeah, people are really, which we've gotten it's 50-50 with people because we got a lot of folks that wait until the last episode and then they review. So
which is the way that it should be done, by the way, which is how shows should be reviewed, not after you get the first 2 episodes test screened and then a critic goes out and they put out their entire rating of the show as a whole, because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I made it to where people can't even review stuff until the day that it comes out, just because of like people coming in and early reviewing stuff that haven't seen it and crap like that, and it gets out of hand real quick.
Now, somebody just asked if there's an app. Yes, there's an app on Apple and Android. Very good app. We've already mentioned that before, but we do have a link so you guys can go check it out. But we got to read some super chats real quick, and then we're going to get started on our first topic of the day. We got Gohan Creates for 20 and says Disney won't ever give up Star Wars. They will shelve it indefinitely before ever giving it up. Only way you will is either new CEO or bankruptcy. EA will do the same thing with DA and ME. It's sad, but true. And then another 50 to follow. Says, hail the 199. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans in the Geeks Gamers community and the gaming world. We'll be going to visit my dad today on Veterans Day. God bless America. God bless Trump. Screw Disney. Screw the woke. And screw the NWO. There we go. Thank you, Gohan.
Thank you, Gohan.
We appreciate that. Well, no, I don't think Disney's ever going to give up. And they shouldn't from a business standpoint. They should never give up Star Wars. It's been very lucrative for them, even though they've screwed it up. And that should show them how much value is in it, that they've screwed it up so bad and it still made them money. Imagine what it could do if they actually did it right. I know there was a tweet from Jack Posobiec. I don't know if you saw that one, Ryan, where he said he's going to work his contacts with Trump and try to get Elon to buy Star Wars from Disney. Went mega viral. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
No, I think that again, I've tried to tell some people don't understand it. Like just the idea of having the rights to the original movies and all the merchandising rights and all this stuff, that has a lot of value to them and continues to have a lot of value to them. Regardless of if they lose fucking hundreds of millions of dollars on some of these other projects that they've done, like just those things alone means that they're not going to just sell it off because it's a bad stretch for Disney.
Yeah.
Like we'd be talking, like, to me, in my mind, we'd be talking about 10, 15 years of struggling, of downward trends, of the business collapsing before that was even like a thought in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think they could pull like a old school Marvel and just like piecemeal stuff? They're like, here's somebody you can have Boba Fett, and like here you can have Lando. Like, would they do something that's stupid like Marvel did back in the day? I would hope not, but
no way.
Yeah,
they wouldn't do that.
Again, I think that I'm going to drop a video later today because my sources have informed me that Kathleen Kennedy will, in fact, be fired under the new Project 2025 initiative from Donald Trump. So we'll see if that all plays out. But yeah, I mean, for the foreseeable future, Star Wars is fucked. And we're going to talk about the Rey movie here very soon. But for the foreseeable future, it's fucked. I don't believe in anything that they're doing. So I'll let Ryan catch up on a few more of these real quick.
Definitely not a gator. Good to know for 5. A writer for Netflix One Piece Season 2 is saying a One Piece villain is a Trump allegory in a now deleted tweet. The character came out in 2000. Well, I haven't watched One Piece live action. I also haven't watched One Piece anime.
You still haven't watched the live action One Piece? When are you going to get around to that one?
I'm not now. Look what he just said. It's over. Glad I didn't waste my time with this.
I will continue to bring up that he rejected Stranger Things until 5 seasons, and now he loves it. I think it's 5 seasons that we're at, right? And we're 6 seasons coming up.
Yeah, it will be season 5.
Yeah.
Is the last one.
This will be the okay. Yeah, because they did the 2-parter, right, for season 4 is what they did. So that's why.
Well, the show's been on for like 100 years, but there's however many years in between each season.
The kids are going to be older than us by this next season, and that's what's so weird about the whole thing. But now Ryan loves Stranger Things, so one day he will watch One Piece. One day. Dude,
is Stranger Things based off an anime?
No.
Oh, okay. Chris Coran for 2 Mission Impossible trailer dropped. I saw that.
Okay.
Final Reckoning.
It did.
Bum 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 bum.
How did it look?
Bum bum. Trailer looked awesome.
Yeah. It's one of those teasers that aren't a teaser and still show like 3 minutes of shit, you know.
Did it show like a lot of
Did
it show like a lot of extra stuff, or did it just show the movie itself?
I have no idea what the movie really is with the trailer.
Okay.
Let's see.
They've
We'll
got
pull
to
it up
bring
right
it after.
here.
So again, I hate to bring up the fact that the last one just underperformed so massively compared to expectations, but they're gonna have to bring it. I mean, it did underperform. You know,
it did underperform, and their budget ballooned on that one as well. In part due to COVID, in part due because they had problems with stunt stuff that they had to redo.
I also thought that I feel that they thought that it was going to be a huge hit too after Top Gun Maverick, and Tom Cruise's star was higher than it had ever been, and it came out at a bad time.
There was a lot of things that I feel like their kind of egos got the better of them with the last one.
Not moving the dates.
They refused to move the dates, and all of the premium format screens already had commitments to fucking Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. So they refused to move the date because it released a week before Barbie and Oppenheimer, I think. So they refused to move the dates on that. Tom Cruise didn't get the premium format screens that he wanted. What was the movie that was out at the time?
Sound of Freedom?
Sound of Freedom.
Yep.
Sound of Freedom was a massive hit. And if you look at the demographics that overlap, virtually the people that went to see Sound of Freedom for the most part are the same people that typically go to see Tom Cruise movies. So I just think there was a lot of things that worked against it. I don't think it was a bad movie. I know some people say it was bad. I don't think it's like Ghost Protocol or Rogue Nation level, but I still thought it was a good movie and I really enjoyed it. But here is what we can look forward to. The Final Reckoning, Mission Impossible.
Our lives are not defined by any one action. Our lives are the sum of our choices. Everything you are, everything you've done has come to this.
When the need for certainty is absolute and the odds are deemed impossible, the mission falls to him.
Should he choose to accept?
For every life you tried to save, you gambled millions more. And now the fate of every living soul on earth is your responsibility.
That's the pattern, isn't it? You refuse to sacrifice the ones you hold close.
Tom Cruise running.
Yeah. God.
You've always been on the right side, brother. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
Jeez, look at that. Holy crap.
I need you to trust me. One
more time. I mean, looks action-packed as hell. Tom Cruise doing all these crazy stunts. Tom Cruise running. Yeah, you're right. We don't know what the hell it's about. We just see a bunch of sizzle reels. But it's building upon the legacy of the franchise.
Yeah, like other than what we kind of know from the last one is like the threat that's out there. It's just like 1 second action clips kind of pieced together.
Yeah.
No, I can't wait until all the articles come out where they're like, now that we've seen all these clips, and they're like, yes, Tom Cruise got on a rocket and rode it underwater in the Antarctic.
Yeah.
Well, that the scene where he's like hanging off the plane, if you remember, God, I forget, I don't remember whether it was for Mission Impossible or whatever it was. He was promoted. He did like an ad from hanging off of one of those planes, remember?
Oh, yeah.
And he eventually jumps off and parachutes or whatever. Like that, those were the stunts they were doing.
He is a madman, and it is awesome to see. So, yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I hope that I don't know what their budget is for this one compared to the last one, but I'm hoping that this movie does better. I don't expect it to be $1 billion movie, but if it can do, I would say if it could do $600-700 million, what's the most any of them's done, Ryan, off the top of your head?
I think Mission Impossible Fallout made around $800 million, and that was, I think that was far and away the best one.
Okay.
We can look really quick.
It says Fallout made 791 million worldwide.
There you go.
So if I mean, I think the bottom is 500 million that it needs to make in terms of just in terms of expectations, but you hope it's about 650, something like that. Because this is the last Mission Impossible? Is this what this is being advertised as?
Yeah, that's what they're billing it as.
Okay. What is it, Ryan?
Let's see. I want to make sure. So Dead Reckoning, the first one, which is now just called Dead Reckoning, had a budget of $291 million and made just under $600 million worldwide. This one, according to the Hollywood Reporter, which I think this report just came out, there's a chance that this is a $400 million budget movie. And if that's the case, it has no hope
of making a profit.
Not really. You'd have to have a Top Gun Maverick level of return for that thing to be profitable.
Yeah, that's not good.
I'm trying to find the original Hollywood Report.
But here's the thing: at least with these movies, you can at least see where the budget is.
Right.
Whereas a lot of these movies, you're like, where did this budget come from? At least with the Tom Cruise movie and the stunts and the action and the sets, you can actually see where it is. But then you have something like some Disney fucking animated movie comes out with like a $400 million budget. And you're like, how did they make Mario for the price they made Mario, yet they made this for that? That makes no sense at all. So Chris Curran with his $2 got us talking about that one. Andrew CR says, best part of Project 2025 is that only hot chicks will be allowed to wear Crocs. There you go. I love that everybody's like, it was real all along with the Project 2025 nonsense. It's so funny. Red Mage for 20 says, you think they'll probably put Dead Reckoning back in theaters to try and mitigate the losses while promoting this one? Maybe, but I don't think that's going to, I don't see that driving home a lot of revenue, but they could do like a double feature. I'll never forget when the first Avengers came out, they did the Marvel movie marathon, and I sat in theaters and watched every fucking Marvel movie leading into the Avengers. And by the time I got to the Avengers, I was like dead. And I was like, this was a mistake. I should have never did this. But the hype of the movie, it really did kind of it got me going. But yeah, I watched all the movies. And I don't think they're going to do anything like that again, unfortunately. But yeah, Taker says trailer for Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is out. Taker 6 again says, oh, go ahead.
Blood Viper says Tom Cruise is nothing but a cult poster boy. His films are all the same. Yeah, I know, right? I've always thought that Mission Impossible, War of the Worlds, The Color of Money, A Few Good Men, what was that? Edge of Tomorrow. All these movies are exactly the same.
Jerry Maguire.
Exactly Jerry Maguire. That's the exact same fucking movie over and over again.
That's a bad take. That's a terrible. That's a
just the same.
Horrific take. Although we got DMC says, I regret coming here. Yeah, man. Welcome to our audience. That's pretty much how everybody feels every time they turn one of our streams on. So you're welcome here. Everybody kind of feels that way.
Rain Man, good point, dude. When I first saw Rain Man, I was like, God, this is just a Mission Impossible ripoff.
What was that?
This is when I pitch Vanilla Sky. Just go watch Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky, yes.
Minority Report just reminds me Jerry Maguire and Minority Report. They're basically just remakes of each other.
What was that one with Nicole Kidman? The weird one.
His Life.
No.
No.
Chat's gonna say it. Yeah, it was
the sex
Kubrick
cult
movie,
thing.
like a Kubrick. What the
my
hell
God.
was it? Eyes Wide Shut. Eyes
Thank you.
Wide Shut.
Oh yeah.
Very much
Oblivion.
like a.
Do you remember Oblivion?
Yep.
The
Yep.
sci-fi one.
I didn't watch Oblivion, but I remember
Oblivion's
like
pretty cool.
I haven't because that came out around the same time as like Edge of Tomorrow did, if I'm not mistaken.
It feels
came
like
out-
10 years ago or so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, the dude has a wide range of movies, and his acting in each one of those, he's definitely a versatile actor. Not Christian Bale level, but still, man, they're not all the same. Not at all. And him being like one of the most famous people on the planet, he still does kind of morph into roles a lot of times. I mean, you're still seeing Tom Cruise, but you buy it. Like, again, I think Jerry Maguire is one of his best performances ever. I think Jerry Maguire is fantastic. And that's not the same Tom Cruise you're getting in, say, your Mission Impossible movies and things like that. Tropic Thunder, yeah, they should have made a whole movie spin-off after that one for him.
All right, where the fuck are we? Over on Rumble, Pat for $1. Every time Sophia appears on screen in The Penguin, Ryan yells, "My Dixie wrecked it." Thank you. Ronan for $20. Ryan, did working with nuclear energy in the Navy help create that massive forehead? From one vet to another. Happy Veterans Day. It actually had nothing to do with it. Strangely enough, it was like this when I got in. So can't blame radiation.
The Last Samurai, yes, another one. All right, go
Volt
ahead.
95 for Project 2025. Ryan can get his forehead fixed. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right, Ryan. Sorry you had to endure Purdue and the Bears. It's a miserable existence. Not everyone is built for it, but I'm still here.
Hey Ryan, I listen. I'm a fair reviewer, and I reviewed some movies on Criticless. Okay, I gave Snake Eyes a 0%, and I said fuck this movie. Batman v Superman a 25%, and Man of Steel a 40%. I actually think those are fair ratings for me on Man of Steel and BVS.
Man of Steel, man, I'm one of those that stands for Man of Steel all day. I freaking love that movie. He let his dad die. I know. If it wasn't for that part, though, everybody comes back to that part. I'm just like, if that
he let
part
his
slides,
dad die.
I know.
But I will say, because I was like, people are like, oh, you're gonna give BVS a 0, and I was like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, we're not trying to just be like I'm not. That's not hyperbole with Snake Eyes. Like, that movie's the worst fucking movie I've ever seen. Okay, as a G.I. Joe fan, it's the worst movie ever made.
Jeremy's just basically trying to echo whatever the Rotten Tomatoes critics scores. That's what he's putting over on Criticless.
I don't even know what Snake Eyes is on Rotten Tomatoes. I have no idea.
I think it's actually really high.
Yeah, there you go. Because oh my god, I hate that movie so much.
I think Batman v Superman's at like 27% or something, isn't it?
Is it? Probably, which is still too high. So, Man of Steel. So, Man of Steel. Actually, I enjoy the hell out of the first 45 minutes of Man of Steel. I think it's really good. The first 45 minutes.
29%. Sorry.
There you go. Now with it's. I don't really like. I think the casting is fairly almost. Well, the casting is really good for the most part outside of what's her name is Lois. Yeah, I think she's a terrible Lois. I don't really love what's his name, Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White, but it is what he's a great actor, so it doesn't really bother me that much. But yeah, his dad dying. I thought the fight scenes felt more like Dragon Ball Z than
I think
Superman.
that Lawrence Fishburne feels wasted in the role.
He does feel wasted,
right? It's not that I don't like him. It's like, man, if you're gonna have Lawrence Fishburne's Perry White, you think that like there would be more for him to do, but like, I don't know.
I'm guessing Jeremy never read a Superman comic or anything else. No, that would be Zack Snyder, who's never read one. I actually did read the Death of Superman and Funeral for a Friend, and got completely fucking botched in Batman v Superman, and completely ruined the whole fucking weight of that moment. So fuck Zack Snyder. Maybe he should read a fucking comic, and maybe he can make a decent fucking movie for once in his life.
I think he's read a fuck ton of Superman and Batman comics, but doesn't mean he's necessarily going to follow them.
Zack Snyder sucks.
Grizzly Nightmare for 5. I want to give a shout out to all my fellow veterans today. Hey Ryan, you got a pick of you in uniform you want to share? Hail chat. No, not particularly. but I looked way different.
Ian, it's all good. I'm just talking shit though. So
Let's see if I can find. I'll see if I can find one because I never posted any of them to my shit because when I started my YouTube channel and all my social media accounts, obviously I was still in the military and I was trying to not make it known that I was in the military. But I can go back and look at my Facebook. Maybe I'll find a picture good enough willing to post. Crazy Clown Town for 5. Skyrim is 13 years old.
Skyrim, as Ryan says.
Skyrim is 13 years old.
You say Skyrim.
What did I say?
You say Skyrim, not Rim. You say Skyrim.
I said Skyrim.
Yeah, it's Skyrim.
There's an I.
Skyrim. Sounds the same to me.
That's like me, how I say Nevada. Everybody's mad at me. Yeah, Nevada. I'm not from Boston, okay? I say Nevada. Nevada.
DJ, been loving Criticless. So much fun. Really got into it last night. Thanks, Blaine.
Heck yeah, definitely.
Quentin says, Jeremy, happy anniversary to The Polar Express, the greatest horror movie ever made. That is a terrifying fucking movie, okay? I love Christmas movies. Yeah. I love Christmas movies. I love cheesy fucking Hallmark Christmas movies. I like Christmas movies. Polar Express is a horror movie. It's about Tom Hanks with a bunch of psychopathic children. Sounds like real life at this point. So I don't like it. I don't like that movie, man. I wanted to like it, but the animation style's scary as hell in that movie.
NDI Braden for 2. I did a bunch of reviews the other day. Love it. Thank you.
People are freaking wild. They will hop in there and within like a couple hours and have like 100-something reviews. I'm just like, holy shit. Like some of these people have more reviews already from a couple days than I have done since I started the platform.
Even Beardo for 2. Good morning, Jeremy, a homosexual, and Brian K. Samwise GG for €6. Jeremy, I kind of said you would be going to FatCon if G&G Criticless group reaches 199 members. We're fast approaching it, so I need you to step up.
No. We're not changing these rules up. First of all, I never agreed to FatCon, okay? Locals, we need 2,500 supporters over there. And Ryan and Jay, which now has been added, Mike and Josiah have been added, are going to go to FurryCon.
I'm not going if they're going.
We're going to get there. It's going to take time. We're going to get there.
You want to walk around and fucking convention with Mike?
Is that the bad part?
Yeah, that's like the deal breaker. It's not the furry part. It's literally just going with Mike. All right, let's catch up with these. I know Gary's been on Unsub podcast, but I'd love to see Ryan talk military stories with equal level autists. I met those guys, got to talk to them a little bit in San Antonio. My military experience, very different from theirs for sure, but it'd be fun to go on sometime. Taylor Swift should have run as a third party for $1. Thank you. Supreme King Toshiro for 5. What happened to G&G Anime Channel? Are they not part of G&G anymore?
Weeps and Waifus are doing their thing. So, yeah, I mean, we don't have like a direct connection with them, but we support them. So,
Pirate of Las Vegas for 5. Elon should buy YouTube away from Google and integrate it with Twitter X.
He has
unlimited money. Although he does have money that seems unlimited to all of us, it's not actually unlimited. Especially because so much of that of his net worth is tied up in ownership in some of these other companies. Which I don't think some people realize. I think that what Elon's doing with SpaceX and things like that is super, super important. Gatekeeper.
Elon used to buy everything. Buy Nintendo. Sorry, damn it.
Gatekeeper, member for 3 months. Hi, guys. Haven't been on much. Wanted to stop and wish you guys continued success and good health. Actually miss you guys. Didn't realize how much I watch.
Hell yeah. That's what we like to hear, man.
I'm sorry you missed us.
And don't forget, Geeks Gamers 2 is where we kind of edit a lot of the stuff down. So, like, if you can't catch the whole show, and I know everybody's working, has stuff going on, but Geeks Gamers 2 is where we edit the segments down and upload individual videos over there. We got to get into our first topic today, Ryan.
I've got it pulled up right here.
Let's jump on it.
Now, I wanted to talk about this because I know that Jeremy is one of the biggest Wicked fans out there. He's actually driven up to New York specifically to see the musical when it was on Broadway. It's one of the few books he's actually read in his entire life. was Wicked. Jeremy's a big Wicked fan, so we had to talk about this.
Absolutely.
There's certainly been some controversies already about the Wicked movie with the woke actress Cynthia Erivo, slamming fans. A fan-made poster for making it look like the actual Broadway musical poster. She said it was racism, that people would try to hide her eyes. She's talked about how she's the definitive version of this character, the Wicked Witch of the West, because she's black and no one else understands what it's like to be black other than her, apparently. But the Wicked movie has found itself in the middle of some other controversy. And it's not because of something this dumb bitch said. It's not because anything Ariana Grande said. It's not anything like this. It's actually all about dolls, Jeremy, about the promotional material, the merchandise they have out there, the dolls that some people might buy to collect. Maybe some kids might get it. Well, there's been a little mistake. Mattel's Wicked movie dolls mistakenly list porn site on the packaging.
Oh, God, dude.
And I'm going to see how this happens, all right? The website I'm on right now is called wickedmovie.com, and that's the one that's for the actual thing. Oh, look at all our partners. Hey, look at this. Go look at Get the Lego, blah, blah, blah. This is where you can get tickets. The reason it wasn't just wicked.com was because that domain's already taken. That's a porn site, which I can't pull up here on YouTube right now. And if you look on the back of these dolls, I saw Steph put out this post right there, www.wicked.com. Now, Mattel has already come out, obviously, and been like, we're sorry for this mistake. We're trying to warn everybody. We're going to fix this. We promise. Like, what can you fucking do at this point in time? A statement shared with Variety Sunday regarding the erroneous web address, Mattel said, Mattel was made aware of a misprint on the packaging of Mattel Wicked Collection dolls, primarily sold in the U.S., which intended to direct consumers to the official wickedmovie.com landing page. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. Parents are advised that the misprinted, incorrect website is not appropriate for children. Consumers who have already had the product are advised to discard the product packaging or obscure the link. What a fucking nightmare, dude. What a nightmare.
If Wicked.com does not have a parody Wicked porn within the next 24 hours, they have failed epically.
Yes, absolutely. Dude, you get what you deserve. This movie deserves to be shamed and laughed at and memed to hell. So I have no sympathy for him whatsoever. And I do have sympathy for any of the children involved with this, which, I mean, if your parents are buying you Wicked merchandise, what kind of house is this anyway? So, I mean, as you said, Ryan, Wicked is a huge deal.
It's a huge property. There's a lot of women that love this. And like, it's still, I would imagine that this movie is going to probably hit over $100 million domestic its opening weekend.
That's crazy.
I don't know. I really don't know what the demand will be like internationally or anything. I don't know how big Wicked might be outside the States, but within the States, it's a big deal. For women specifically. We're not the target demographic for this. Now, we're the target demographic for the website that they accidentally posted. So maybe they were trying to get us in there. You know what I mean? They were trying to get us to get in on the merchandise. I don't know. But yeah, you can't. This is not to blame on a stupid woke actress. This is not to blame on something. This is a massive mistake from Mattel. That who knows? Maybe it'll generate more press. Maybe it's a big conspiracy and they did it on purpose to get after the children, and then they wanted more press from it. Maybe that's what happened. But obviously, Wicked.com, wickedmovie.com.
Slight difference. Yeah, it's just like, that's why I don't think like calling Twitter videos X videos is probably the best route to go when people are talking about X, because if you know, you know. But yeah, I mean, seeing how this is played out, I think that this will ultimately, as much as it's funny to laugh at this and clown on them, I do think that it's probably a net positive in terms of just controversy and getting people to talk about this. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like there's probably a net positive somewhere in there for it to bring more attention to this movie. When is this movie supposed to release?
The weekend before Thanksgiving. So like, is it November 22nd or November 21st or something?
Okay. Yeah.
November 21st feels like that Thursday, right? I think so.
So that's the, I mean, so they've got to be ramping up their marketing big time. So this is funny. And I could see this getting talked about on a lot of different channels that probably wouldn't even talk about this type of stuff, just because it's so funny. Yeah. So potentially it could help them. And I think Ryan has been saying this consistently about it, but don't think this is going to be like the Marvels or something, like at least opening weekend anyway.
It's going to make more domestically than the Marvels made in its opening weekend, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when we have an audience. Hey, ladies, I know you're out there. What's up? All 7% of you, right? Very male dominated audience who is probably not interested in this thing at all in any way, shape, or form. But just like we saw with something like the Barbie movie, there's a lot of people out there that might go see it, even though you might not be interested at all. And if it's something that is a property they like and is made for them and they make that thing, they might go out and see it. It's a little bit different when you try to take a male-dominated property and turn it into a female property. They're not going to show up for it, just like The Acolyte, just like we've seen with some of these MCU movies, stuff like that.
Well, see, with you saying that, I mean, honestly, if you weren't like balancing that out, I would have just assumed this is going to be a mess. Like Wicked is not on my radar at all. I know nothing of it.
There's a lot of people that said that, right? When this actress came out and said that dumb shit, and we're like, wow, your movie's going to flop now. I said, hold your horses. Let's see.
And again, Ryan is not, I want to clarify, you're not saying that this is going to be some billion-dollar film. You're just saying opening weekend's going to be strong. After that, we'll see what happens.
I think it's going to be one of the bigger movies of the year overall. I'm not saying it's going to replicate Barbie's success or anything like that. What I'm saying is that the key core demographic that's going to see this movie, they're probably not as upset about some of the things that are out there, like the actress talking about how I haven't been seen or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They're not going to be as turned off by some of that marketing. Because they're the same ones that, voted for Kamala Harris. So.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we're not talking about it today, but that Variety article is pretty hilarious about saying, stop telling celebrities they need to be silent or blaming them for Kamala Harris's loss. Like, please continue talking, celebrities. It's not helping. Real quick, Blaine, give us a quick kind of elevator pitch on why you created Criticless really quickly.
Yeah. With Criticless, I mean, it was a brainchild of mine for a long time. Rotten Tomatoes was starting to grow. I started thinking about this like back when I was in college and was just like, we need a platform like this, but actually doing it is a whole nother thing. It's just expensive and complicated. And, my thoughts about it evolved over the years. But basically, I just wanted a place where not only could you review and critique movies and just discuss them. I mean, because I'm not a big fan of the hardcore movie criticism. And I just saw that the opinions of like these mainstream critics were not aligning with the general audiences at all. And it just has been getting progressively worse, as you guys talk about every day. And so I wanted to make a place where people could go and do that. But also I wanted it to be fun. And that kind of be the key, because so much now that comes out of big tech and just all that industry at large is so freaking lame. And it's just bland bullshit. I wanted it to be exciting and fun and something that could topple a big organization like Rotten Tomatoes, something that's this industry pet. I wanted someone from the outside to be able to come in and do it. And it got to a point where I was like, I've just got to be that guy. I mean, I've had this dream for long enough. So we just dumped all in, and me and my wife went and, invested and poured our heart and soul into this thing for a year building it, and then went live. And so now it's a place where, I mean, people are in there all day, every day, just reviewing movies and making friends. And it's very communal. And because it is more than just Rotten Tomatoes, right? Like, I mean, we've got, the groups and just that social component where people can share gifs and memes and just have fun and talk about whatever they're watching.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm loving the site and the app and everything like that. So, and hopefully we can keep pushing people over there. So, and then in the future, potentially getting video games, correct?
That is the plan. I mean, we've already built it from day one. I wanted this to be a more robust thing than what it even is now, where it's movies and shows right now. I would love to add games before long, once we can reach that point and we're, able to actually stay afloat, just funding it and all of that fun stuff, because web development is, and app development especially, is not cheap. But yeah, once we start growing and things are just rocking, I'm ready to put games in there, and I think people are going to go nuts when we do.
That's what I want. I want video game database, video game reviews, video game discussions. That will be fucking cool as hell. So looking forward to that. So it's free to sign up. You guys go check it out and give some reviews and stuff, and join the Geeks and Gamers group as well.
Yeah.
How many people now are in the Geeks and Gamers group?
You're getting close to 200, I think.
All right.
In the group.
Yeah, we're at 195. 4 more, we hit that 199.
That's right.
There we go. Samwise GG says, don't listen to Blaine. He rated Godzilla -1 at 52%. Okay, explain yourself.
Listen. I think
explain yourself.
It's overrated, dude.
What?
It is.
No, it's not.
I know
Get the fuck out of here. Cancel everything I said. I regret everything. And go ahead.
I'm telling you, man, there's some moments, like, I think it was because the movie takes itself so seriously. There are a couple like really ridiculous kind of campy moments that just like took me out of the movie because the movie is so serious.
So I actually agree with you, but
what
the way I kind of
happening.
Well, hold on. The way I don't agree with the 52% rating.
Okay.
I agree with what he said. I think to me, and it's one of the same reasons that I don't fucking like a lot of anime and shit. It feels like a very Japanese thing when some of those moments happen. And to me, I kind of excused it away because it just felt Japanese and like gay Japanese shit. But I know exactly what you're talking about in some moments, and the delivery of some lines and the expression from some characters' faces during the delivery of those lines. But I kind of understood it as, well, I'm watching a foreign movie.
Right. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I am the trash man. Like, I love trashy shit. Like, I mean, I am all for the legendary, like, Monsterverse. I like the hammy, stupid stuff. And that's the thing is, like, I like my Godzilla really trashy and unserious. So, like, I guess maybe some of my expectations were that as well. And so when the movie was, like, just kind of this art house indie film with, like, 5 minutes of Godzilla, I was like, it's all right.
I respect that you're, straight up about it. Like, I mean, everybody loved Godzilla -1, so like being honest about it, knowing you're going to get backlash. But that's
I got shit.
That's the movie discussion right there. So, go give him shit over on his own damn site. Go give him hell right now.
As I was scrolling through this Variety article for this Wicked thing, bro, I saw this on the side. Is the sperm still in there? Daniel Craig and Drew Starkey on Making Queer.
In where?
God.
Is the sperm still in there? That's all I know about this article. This man is James Bond.
I hope someone soundbites Ryan saying that. That's all I gotta say.
Danky's on it already.
Okay.
When did Daniel Craig turn into like an aging lesbian?
Well, I don't know if he looks exactly like a lesbian in this,
bro. He looks like an aging lesbian.
But he remember when he dressed up in that fucking dress?
Yes, I do. Yes,
that was like 10 fucking years ago. Maybe over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
But
God, I've never been a fan of Daniel Craig as an actor. I've never understood the hype for him at all.
Layer Cake. That's where he I think that's where he peaked for me, and since then it's like, okay.
Yeah, but these Hollywood people, man.
Casino Royale is still one of the best James Bond movies ever in history. Regardless of where the franchise went after that, Casino Royale is one of the best movies they've ever made.
Ultimately, the Daniel Craig thing comes down to like the problem in Hollywood. The more social media teaches us about these fucking weirdos in Hollywood, the less you like them. That's really it. The mystique of the movie star is completely gone, and it used to be a thing. It's there no more though.
Yeah, like one of the other problems with Daniel Craig is that he fucking hated being James Bond so much, and you knew he only did it for the money after the third one. Like, he gave an interview where it was like, hey, you want to come back for another one? He's like, I'd rather punch through this window and cut my wrist with the jagged glass than play James Bond again. And he was back playing him again.
Did he hate it more than Harrison Ford as Han Solo?
I think so. And he was even asked a couple days ago. They're like, "Hey, do you care who the next? Or what do you think about who the next James Bond's gonna be?" He's like, "I don't care." he definitely gave a James Bond or a Harrison Ford response.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find that quote. Actually.
By the way, shout out to Harrison Ford. Great job on your endorsement of Kamala Harris. That worked out great for her. Great job. Really showing how much influence you guys have on that one. So really happy for them.
Do you remember that movie with Harrison Ford and Daniel Craig, the
Alien
versus Alien?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
I never saw it, but I remember the ads for it. It looked horrible. It looked horrible.
What's wild is right before he came out and like endorsed Kamala, he did this statement where it was like the most anti-woke thing pretty much. And he was basically like, actors need to shut up and just act and all this stuff. And then he comes out and just joins the dog pile for her. And it's just so weird. It didn't track for me.
So here's the quote. Daniel Craig was asked, if you were to pass the James Bond torch, who would you love to see play him? In an interview with Variety, he responded, I don't care. He gives no fuck.
I don't care.
But speaking of Star Wars, I guess that leads us into our next topic, because despite the fact that there are seemingly a million other Star Wars projects in development meaning they've greenlit them in some way, shape, or form, but they aren't actually working on them in any real way, they decided that the next best thing to do was to announce 3 more movies, because this was the random surprise headline the other morning. I know somehow the scoopers must have missed this one until it just comes out. Star Wars trilogy deal. Lucasfilm taps Simon Kinberg to write and produce. And there were some people out there saying that this is going to be essentially episodes 10, 11, and 12. It's going to continue the stories of a lot of those characters. Other people, including The Hollywood Reporter, came out and said, no, maybe some of these characters will show up, but they want it to be the start of something separate. It's not going to be connected to the Skywalker saga. But according to some reports, regardless of whether it's episodes 10, 11, and 12 or something different, Rey is going to play an important part in this movie. New Star Wars trilogy will allegedly feature Daisy Ridley's Rey as an Obi-Wan Kenobi figure.
Jesus. God, man.
I mean, will they kill her off in the first film? Like,
yeah, I heard that. Oh my God, this is going to be so bad.
These movies that they have in the works, right? Rian Johnson's trilogy.
Did they list that? They did list that.
Rogue Squadron. It was reportedly canceled, but in March 2024, Patty Jenkins confirmed she's still developing it and working on a script. Sean Levy's Star Wars movie, which was recently announced. Taika Waititi's movie, that's never going to fucking happen. Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie, that will happen because Dave Filoni runs everything now. Lando, the one that was originally a TV show, is now a film that will be written by Donald and Stephen Glover. James Mangold's Dawn of the Jedi that he got as a, hey, we're sorry that we destroyed your reputation with Indiana Jones. Here's a Star Wars movie. New Jedi Order stars Daisy Ridley, now searching for its 4th writer, was expected to release December of 2026. Mando and Grogu, that's obviously happening. It's already filmed, I think. Yeah. And then now Simon Kinberg's Star Wars trilogy, which will somehow feature Rey. Now, I think that the Rey movie and this trilogy are going to be like connected. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy directs the first installment of Simon Kinberg's trilogy. That's my best guess right now, actually, as of what's going to happen.
Let's go back to that list. Okay, so real quick. Okay. So the first, what does it say? Star Wars trilogy. What's the top of that say? Simon Kinberg. Okay. So that you think that's happening, right?
Well, it was literally just announced.
Right.
Like,
but I know. But do you think that's happening?
Who knows?
Yeah. But considering you think it's going to be tied to Rey and everything like that, you already think that the Rey movie is going to happen. So do you think that give me a 1 through 10. Is it going to happen? Chances.
This trilogy?
Yeah. 8, 7?
Like a 5.
Okay. Mandalorian Grogu. 10 that's happening. Yeah. New Jedi Order.
I think that this is connected with this.
Okay.
I because we're going to wrap it up into that. That's what I do.
Okay. Dawn of the Jedi.
At 6.
Okay, Lando.
Fucking 3.
Dave Filoni, Star Wars, 10. It's happening.
10.
What's the next one? I can't read it.
Taika Waititi.
That's
1.
not happening. What's the next one?
Sean Levy's Star Wars movie.
That's like a 9.
Yeah, like I would put that in the upper. I would put that at like 7 or something. Yeah, because he's somebody that can actually make things.
Okay.
I think
with
there's a lot of
Deadpool and
motivation
Wolverine,
to
they're
do
trying
that.
to ride that. Like,
Yeah. Rogue Squadron.
3.
And then Ryan
0.
Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. I can't believe they put that shit on there. Honestly, I hope that the media, I hope the mainstream access media, I really hope that they continue to try to ask more questions about that just so they can. I want Lucasfilm to have to actually answer for that fucking trilogy. They've never addressed it. Ryan Johnson, on more than several occasions, has said that it's happening, but those were years ago. I don't think Ryan Johnson's talked about it since before Knives Out, the first one, came out. But he had been commenting on his trilogy over and over again. The point being is that this is a disaster, and there is nothing about this list of movies that gets the Star Wars fan base unified and excited over any of this. Now, you could have had that with Mandalorian if you would have done something after season 2. We've talked about that several times, but after season 3 and after Book of Boba Fett and all of that, the excitement for that is not where it was. I do think there is some level of excitement, but not next level excitement. Nothing else on this list turns the needle at all, in my opinion. Nothing. And that's sad when you have a list of that many projects and you can only point to one that even has some potential of turning the needle. The rest of them don't do anything.
I think 90% of it is just fishing. Like, I just wonder if Lucasfilm's just constantly throwing out a line to see what people actually give a shit about.
Potentially, that's exactly what I think they're doing. Back to
If that was the case, it would have canceled a lot of these things already.
Back to the Rey movie in particular. Listen, she's not a character that people care about. She does not connect with the audience. There was potential. I do believe that there was a lot of potential for Rey's character to have some long-term relevancy within the Star Wars universe after The Force Awakens. Once it was decided that there was no real path for this character, there was no plan for this character, and none of the questions were answered, it became the point where, yeah, there's no relevancy for this character. So you had an opportunity, you pissed it all away. There were questions, there was interest level. I don't think that Rey was a hated character after The Force Awakens at all. I think people had a lot of questions. I know you did, but generally speaking. So I just think that there's nobody that's sitting around like asking for a Rey movie, and I don't see this thing actually doing anything legitimate at the box office at all. Nothing.
No. And the more interesting thing is that it is like it was announced essentially as this partnership between Simon Kinberg and Kathleen Kennedy, right? Like eventually Kathleen Kennedy is going to fucking leave Lucasfilm, right? In the next year or two, whatever it might be. She's getting fucking old as dirt. She's still going to be producing this trilogy though.
Yeah.
She's still going to be producing this trilogy even if she leaves Lucasfilm. That's what I think.
So moving forward, I guess the question is do we actually think a Rey movie sees the light of day? Ryan thinks so. Blaine, do you think we're actually going to see a Rey movie?
I think it's like a 50-50 chance. I could see her showing up like they said, but I don't know that we'll get a movie about her. I mean, I just don't see that happening. Like you said, the demand for is not there, even by the people that they were like pandering to. Those people aren't the people that show up.
Yeah.
I also will say this. It's crazy how all these people have all this information about this new trilogy that hasn't been written, nothing happened, and it literally the announcement just got leaked. And then 6 hours later, they're like, here's what all our sources tell us. Fuck
Right.
you. You guys don't know shit about this. All you guys just make this fucking shit up. That's what I think about scoopers.
Some of them do, but some of them are actually running with bullshit that the media want or the studio wants them to run with too. Like the studio puts out information, they're like, "Hey, float this to see if the people bite." I believe that 100%. But yeah, a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. But I guess we'll see a Rey movie. Listen, for the sake of the channel, fucking make all this shit, please. All right, make all of this stuff because it's all going to be dog shit, and all that we're going to do is roast the living hell out of it. So yes, please do, because it will be good for the channel, and that's all Star Wars is good for these days.
Sergio Garcia for 5. Uncle Ray Ray, thank you for your service, and thank you for not creating a new Chernobyl. Go Cowboys! Wild card, here we come. Good luck with that, and you're welcome. Wolf from Heart, happy Veterans Day, G&G and Ryan. Infantry leads the way. Hashtag rescue Dave Filoni's dog. We need to send in some troops. That should be part of Project 2025. Free Dave Filoni's dog from his basement. Bama Ham Yum for 199. Thank you for your service, Ryan. Hashtag Latinos for Ryan. Thank you. You can't catch me, gay thoughts. That's what I was thinking every time I saw him run during that trailer. Groomer Drunk 3PO. What the fuck? You won this time, incels, but we'll be back. Thank you. You fuck dat fuck ka ni ma for 199. Trump announced Jeremy's the new gaming czar.
Hey, let's go.
Dread Legion for 5. You looking forward to Stalker 2? It's coming out in around a week. I don't think I've seen the first one, so I can't say I'm looking forward to it. Doc Hollywood for 10. Hit that like button, people. Golden Nuggets for 2. Leave Ryan alone. He's got a lot on his mind. I do, in fact. Nick Corvello for 20. Hey, guys, another beautiful day in the second Trump era. I just want to say I strongly feel like 2 deaths clinched Trump's victory, Peanut and Dragon Age. Feels like a good chunk of people woke up after those. I don't know. I don't know about Dragon Age there. But
Yeah.
Are you gonna play Dragon Age?
me?
Yeah.
I told everybody, if somebody like gives me $500, I'll do it, but that's like my price. There's no way I'm gonna fucking waste my time on something like that because
Just play Baldur's Gate 3. Like, I'm balls deep in that right now. And if you want to play an RPG and a fantasy stuff, just play that instead.
yeah,
How you
I
doing,
don't
Ryan?
I don't like playing things that make me miserable, right? Like I can handle a TV show or a movie, 45 minutes, an hour, 2-hour movie, whatever. Bro, video game is a big commitment to being fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Black Ops 6.
Colin Warbrandt. Wait, did you change his name?
No.
I thought it used to be Warbrandt. Colin Warmbrod.
I don't
for
think
5.
so.
Maybe I had a stroke. Oh, yeah, I forgot Ryan was a veteran.
Probably.
Happy Veterans Day, Ryan. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Colin. I've been mispronouncing your name. Ryan K., happy Veterans Day. Thanks for your service. Happy birthday month. By the way, saw your classic Batman review. Is it safe to watch the Penguin Show? Penguin Show's good. It's safe to watch the Batman, too.
Yeah.
But yes, I like the Penguin. Yellow, and I think it really leads right into the next movie, to be honest with you. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
Yellow Flash 2, Zack Snyder's DC movies are trash, and I'm glad he's gone. Thank you, Yellow Flash. Mo Zamboni for 2, Blaine, great dude. Met at MegaCon. Keep killing it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
Sophie, made my account in first review. Opla, of course. Jeremy's a fig. Added you anyway. Happy Veterans Day. Hail, we're halfway there. Woo!
Hey, and by the way, MegaCon, we're getting the details worked out, so hopefully we'll have an announcement for you guys soon. But we are planning on being at MegaCon. We're planning on having, hopefully we're gonna have a panel again. I haven't had anything confirmed. We're gonna do our big meetup as well. That is, MegaCon is happening February 6th to the 9th in Orlando, Florida. So we're hopefully gonna do another meetup just like we did last year. So you guys make sure you start planning that out, and we're going to get the meetup details to you as soon as we possibly can. Just got to get a couple things confirmed.
Spider Unlimited, where's Beardo and all his stamina?
Stamina?
On Sports Wars, he was getting really serious about breaking down this fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Because John Major was like, Mike Tyson's going to kick his ass. All the shit.
Your mic's just all muffled all of a sudden. That's weird.
It did.
How about now? Is that
there
better?
You go. That's better.
Right.
That's better. That's
good.
better.
So Beardo was like going through, he was like, he tried to say something very serious. It's like, how can I put this? He's got more stamina. And it was just the way he paused and he was so serious about what he was going to say. And he like thought a lot about what he was going to say. And then he mispronounced stamina. I didn't say anything. I just let him go, but I obviously noticed it. So did the rest of the chat, apparently. Sophie, prayers in chat for Tommy Doyle, who's in the ICU. Prayers in chat.
Oh man, sorry, I'm laughing here, but like, oh man, thank you, Sophie, for the.
I can
prayers.
shift from laughing to miserable and serious very quickly, Sophie. So I moved on a little too quick. But prayers for Tommy Doyle. AI Bundy for 20. Happy Veterans Day to Jay. His invaluable service and experience in COD was truly a sight to see. A man truly loved and admired by his comrades. The people in first and second place are teaching him how to play.
Dude, you have seen that, right, Ryan?
I've seen the clip of his sniper spot.
Yeah, it's that's Jay for you, man. That's just what he does. I'll try to let me see if I can pull that up really quick because Jay is definitely he's something all right.
Health Minister of Belgium for
Guys, get ready
$1.09.
to
I'm
watch
feeling
Grease.
skinny, Ryan. Don't look it.
Yeah, don't look it. All right, here we go.
I got hit with a grenade.
What on earth, man?
Look,
What? Where the?
he's so bad.
Careful on that left side, Jeremy.
I fucking need to stay out of the fucking pool.
Double
Can't, like,
elimination, baby. Okay. He gets me hyped up. I found the secret sniper spot.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Not so secret anymore.
I don't know how his comedic timing, dude, is just only Jay, man. Found the secret sniper spot. Boom.
Boom. Darth Bane from Five. Ryan was in the Navy. Guess he really does like writing things that are long, hard, and full of semen. Well, I can't say enjoyed it, but I was contractually obligated. So. Andy plays games for two. Blaine is a pain, and that's the truth. If you know, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dermy Wormy was told Jeremy shat on Polar Express. I now think BVS is the greatest movie ever and a masterpiece.
Dude, Polar Express is a weird fucking movie. It's better than BVS, but that's not a compliment.
It's just creepy. I'm trash, bruh. We was witches and shit. She-Hulk Michelle Obama. NDI Braden for two. First off, she's green, and she's Uggo in Hide. I'd hide her too. Thank you. Stay-at-home hippo. The toy is more green than the Wicked actress. Mark Reality Pretend. Is there an inflatable option for these dolls from Wicked? Asking for a friend. I will have to double check on that one, buddy. Let's see. Bolt 95 Survivor for Buck. Hail Ryan and happy Veterans Day, my Navy brother. Hey, hail to you. Wicked porno movie has just announced Pedro Pascal and Jack Black will star. I hope not. Ryan's gay hair for a buck. I could be straight, but he wants to show that front plate. Thank you. Scroll down. Mod Eric K. It has gotten all the attention off the dumb actress. In all honesty, it was probably someone higher up saying, do not forget the website. They gave the wrong one and it was a copy paste. Maybe. Jose Contreras for a buck. Ask Blaine if we can review movies as a group in trilogies like Lord of the Rings, Back to the Future, Star Wars OG, etc.
Ooh, group reviews. That could be cool. We could. It
What
wouldn't
like
have
franchise review?
Right, or like a franchise review. Yeah, that could be cool. We're gonna add seasons, hopefully before too long, for seasons for television shows. That's been our number one demanded thing that everyone is driving me nuts on. That was a bad call on my part when I made it. But you know, so yeah, but franchise reviews or something that could be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Declan Lyons for €20. Superman and Zodiac Killer. Virtually the entire population of Metropolis. Man of Steel is shit. Richard Donner for the win. I also wanted to slap Lois Lane. She was a horrible biatch. Thanks, Declan. Raven Blacksboro, the worst movie ever, Master of Disguise. That was horrific. Dana Carvey, right?
Yeah, is that Dana Carvey? Yeah. I never watched that one. I never watched that one.
Turtle. That was that one, yeah.
Yeah. So John Beck, just shoot Jeremy at geeksandgamers.com an email, and we'll get it worked out. John Beck, for your
lines for 10. I meant Zod fucking autocorrect. How the fuck did your what are you like talking about that your autocorrect went from Zod to Zodiac Killer? Booming Box for 5. Jimmy likes Snake Eyes secretly. It helps him cope with his lack of Titanfall 3.
Oh, Titanfall 3. Hey, I did play Titanfall 2 last night. So we played Fortnite, then we played Black Ops 6, then we played Fortnite, then we went back to Black Ops 6, and then we played Titanfall 2. By the time we got to Titanfall 2, the mechanics of these games had me all fucked up. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Over on the locals side, well, actually, Raven Black Sparrow becomes a channel member. Thank you, Raven Black Sparrow. Over on locals, appreciate you guys who are hanging out over on locals. John Getz with a couple chats says, only 13 of us on locals trying to get Ryan to the con. Get Scott Pressler to work on registering people for locals. During Trump's first term, we got Fallout. Then during Biden, we got Dead Reckoning. In 2025, it's time to make Mission Impossible great again. I didn't hate the last movie. I liked it, actually. John Getz, Tom Cruise can do his crazy Scientology crap in his own life all he wants. He doesn't let it infect his movies, and that's the difference with him and other Hollywood people. True. Just G for a buck. When Ryan first saw Rain Man, it was a mirror before the flick. Well, drop a bunch of toothpicks on the ground. We'll see if I can replicate it. Linko Kenobi for 10. What's up, guys? Happy Veterans Day, Ryan. Hey, Jeremy, I feel you about Man of Steel, but he let his father die. But what about Christopher Reeve's Superman movie? His father died of a heart attack. He could have taken his father to the hospital, but he didn't. So to me, it almost feels the same, but different takes anyway. I'm at work, looking forward to Monday night event. Hail the 199.
Yeah, I mean,
different.
100% different.
It's different because, and the deaths in the movies, they're supposed to represent different things. Obviously, that one's supposed to be like, hey, as strong as Superman is, as fast as he is, all these things he can do, there are some things that he can't stop, that he can't change.
Yes.
Right? That's like the lesson that you're supposed to learn, that he's supposed to learn in that one. In the other one, in Man of Steel, the reason his father is telling him not to do that is because he is scared to death about what will happen to his son when he finally reveals himself to the world and what it will mean. And we see the ways that play out. We see half the people that praise him as a god and expect him to do everything, half the people that think he's the fucking devil and all that shit. And you can argue about whether you wanted that to be the message in a Superman movie or not, but that's the purpose that moment is supposed to play in that movie, as opposed to his death in several other iterations. That's how I see it anyway.
And I don't think regardless if you like or dislike, the Christopher Reeve Superman, I don't think anyone's ever questioned that moment in that movie of like, he could have taken him to the hospital. I don't think that was ever really a criticism. I think people understood that, like, the point was to show that there were things that he can't stop, even if he's Superman. Whereas in the Man of Steel, again, some people do appreciate that scene for what it is, but a lot of people question it on the surface of like, wait a minute, you just stood there and watched your dad die? That makes no fucking sense at all. Some people have justified it through the art of storytelling, and I do get that. But I don't think I've never heard anyone question, like, he could have ran his dad to the hospital or something. I've never heard that one. So
I've never heard that counter argument either. Yeah. Just G, Kathleen Kennedy is the Vince McMahon of Star Wars. Bitch won't leave until she dies or defecates on someone. John Getz, for a buck. This is the different whether I go to Criticless. Did he rate any of the legendary MonsterVerse movies above 52%? So like Godzilla vs. Kong or whatever.
Oh yeah. No, I
wait.
like...
Is that a legendary? Wait, the legendary monster movies are those? Is that the Godzilla vs. Kong franchise?
They call it like the MonsterVerse is what they call it. But yeah. I like them all. I liked the last one. Like, I just have fun with them. I know when I'm going in, they're going to be campy and stupid. Like,
well, and I saw someone in the chat earlier. They asked, what did Criticless give BVS? And I think what people have to understand is there is no Criticless giving a opinion. It is the voice of the people. That's the point. Absolutely. It's the voice of the people and
audience reviews. Blaine has his own account where he does his own thing, but that's not the Criticless score. It just He's an audience member like everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. It's all about you guys. That's the primary focus, and that was the biggest thing I wanted too, was to make it about the people and not about critics specifically. The focus being on you guys, because the people their opinions are what matter. So
Right.
It comes down to you guys and you guys reviewing. So that's the thing, is it's like it goes beyond just downloading or hopping on the site. Like, go in there and freaking review stuff. If you watch it, go review it. And it's just Criticless is kind of a tool in your toolbox. You know, it's one of these things that you just go to and you're like, it's a resource where you're like, oh, you know, somebody asked you what you watched lately. Go to your calendar on Criticless and pull it up and see. You know, just drop reviews just to help, so that we use this we use our scores as a currency to fight against all of this bullcrap that they're doing in Hollywood, where we get big enough that we have a metric where we can say, look at Criticless, look at all of these people on here that bombed The Acolyte because it's absolute trash.
Well said. And then Tommy Doyle is in the chat, by the way. So
Yeah,
there it is. Okay.
Tommy.
Okay. Yeah.
Hey guys, thanks Sophie. You heard right. I'm in the ICU at high potassium levels and was at risk of a heart attack. Geeks and Gamers. I'm doing better now, but not 100% mobile. Pray for me. Hey man,
Prayers
that's
up
to hear. I'm glad you're okay now, though.
Yeah, man.
But, we'll keep you in our prayers for sure.
And thanks to Sophie. Sophie's awesome.
Gung Ho Mac just brought up the best. He's actually right. He could just reverse time by flying around the earth.
I was going to say that because I was like, if you want to bring a
He
criticism,
didn't do it to save his dad. What a piece of shit.
When people watch like that movie now that they've never seen that, they get that point like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I remember watching that as a child and thinking, all right, okay,
what are we doing here?
Stephen DeLeon for 5. Notre Dame rules all. # Bills Mafia. Shout out West Texas. Fuck you, Jeremy, and fuck Ryan's hair.
Ryan's hair.
Samwise for 2. Don't listen to Blaine. He rated Godzilla -1 at 52%.
Yeah, that was earlier. I got that one.
Shadow's saying, what? Godzilla's a Japanese thing? Since when, Ryan? Okay. It is. Carl Anderson for 2. Would you add a section for book reviews as well?
We have also talked about adding a book database. We want to make this all entertainment, and basically if there's like a type of entertainment you don't want to see, then you kind of just toggle that off with your personal profile. So yeah, we're planning on adding all sorts of things in there as time goes by and we progress.
Chris Cram for 2. Ryan likes Casino Royale for the nut chair. Not particular. That makes me fucking wince every time I watch it, to be honest. That's fucking horrific. Burb shit for 5. I put my balls in a trash compactor before watching Return of the Raylo. Might be an option. Chris B, the verdict for Batman v Superman on Criticless is decent, and Blaine can confirm it. Criticless speaks the truth. Just saying. Lord Botha for 5. Kinberg hasn't written a hit since 2014, and one of the movies was his baby. Wrote, produced, directed was Dark Phoenix. Did he direct that?
Oh, did he?
He wrote and produced Dark Phoenix. I didn't know if he was a director for that, but yeah. So he has some things that I actually really like in his history. He was a writer for Days of Future Past, which I think is an awesome X-Men movie. I know he produced First Class. He wrote and produced the Sherlock movie with Robert Downey Jr. The first one, at least. I don't know about the second one, which I liked.
I think he did both.
Some Brits might not like that. But then also you look at this laundry list of Dark Phoenix, Fantastic Four, X-Men Apocalypse, and it's like, ugh. Don't like some of those. Dom H with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Dom. Our man, Dom. Struggling Giants fan. I feel your pain, buddy. Grandmaster Chris 5. Anytime Jeremy mentions how much he hates Man of Steel, I want to remind everyone he loved Force Awakens, which is a far worse movie.
No. Force Awakens is better than Man of Steel. Fuck Man of Steel. Yeah, fuck Man of Steel.
It hurts.
I hate that movie so much.
Yeah, so if you want takes like this, follow Jeremy over on Criticless.
Right.
Yeah. And the follow-up to Force Awakens made 1.3 billion, and the follow-up to Man of Steel couldn't even, with Batman and Superman in the movie for the first time ever, couldn't even crack $900 million.
Well, it may, hold on. We can make some of these comparisons if you want. So you're saying that Last Jedi dropped off what, fucking 35% from the first one?
Yeah.
And that was with Luke Skywalker in the movie for the first time in 30 fucking years. Luke Skywalker
it's not.
appears in the
Well,
movie.
but wait, are you going? Wait a minute.
It still dropped off that much.
It's a bad movie,
Batman
and so is
Superman made
BVS.
more than Man of Steel than its predecessor.
BVS was a bad movie. Last
Have
Jedi
you seen
was a
the
bad
director's
movie.
cut of BVS?
Yes, 30 more minutes of shit that I don't like makes it just worse.
Well, I'm just saying, like your way of describing it was like Last Jedi made 1.3 billion. So this one only made 900 million.
Well, again, Batman and Superman in the first time ever in the golden age of comic book movies, only making less than $900 million is a fucking disaster, and it shows how no one liked that movie. That movie did not hit the level it should have, not even close. That is one of the most underperforming films ever. Dark Knight trilogy. Dark Knight makes $1 billion. Dark Knight Rises makes more money. Batman's hotter than he's ever been. The Arkham series, the comic book run. We're in the golden age of comic book movies. You put Batman and Superman together in a movie for the first time ever, and it doesn't even make $900 million. The fuck are we doing? Movie's dog shit.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was a weird thing to compare that to something like The Last Jedi, which underperformed its predecessor and had Luke Skywalker in the movie. But I'm not going to get into an argument, so this can get
both
over there.
They're
because
both bad movies. Can we both admit that they're both bad
going.
movies? Can we both admit that they're both bad movies? They're both horrible movies. Last Jedi and BVS.
I like Batman v Superman director's cut. So.
I like the director's cut too. This is 2-on-1, man. I think you're outnumbered, dude.
Dude, like
But we're not going to
next time. Hey,
because I am going to keep the show going.
Next time you get some out-of-date milk, I'll just say, well, if you just add another half gallon to the out-of-date milk, or more out-of-date milk, you'll like it. That's telling me that the Ultimate Edition's better. No, it's not. It's more Zack Snyder bullshit that you're adding. I'll shut up now.
Yeah, thanks. Lord Mike Zero is their source. Thanks you, Steve. Thank you, Stephen De Leon. Lord Bothrow, happy Veterans Day to Ryan, and shout out to his Chicago Bulls, the Dallas Cowboys, the NBA. The difference is there's not a single fucking Chicago Bulls fan who's living in the past and like thinking that their team has fucking hopes this year. That's why that's such a retarded comparison. It's about the way Dallas Cowboys fans act right now versus how Chicago Bulls fans act right now. Roblox had Leslie Headland for 10 months. Mike Zero is my trusted source. Mike Zero is news you can count on, like CNN and MSNBC. Anybody that talks bad about Mike Zero is a hater, period.
He's the GOAT of YouTube.
Shadow saying, have you seen the Oplo Rider that has TDS?
No.
I didn't get invested in One Piece live action, so I'm not following it.
Somebody brought it up earlier, though, too. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Terminator, been telling everyone, if you're worried about next Mass Effect, check out Exodus, being made by OG BioWare devs, the non-Jeremy ones. Thank you, Tominator. Hayden, Jeremy, we need to know what day the meetup is. I'm trying to get things planned to make it, but at this point, man, I'm saying 3 different places because we don't know the date of the meetup.
I'm going to try to have an answer this week. My contact was very, very busy until today, so that's why I haven't gotten a definitive answer. I'll try to get something this week.
Rachel Green with a gifted membership. Thank you, Rachel. Delta Entertainment, Linko Kenobi for 10. What's up, guys? Just sign up for Criticless anyway. Jeremy left you a super chat on locals again. Hail the 199. Happy Veterans Day.
Thanks, Linko Kenobi.
Thanks, Linko. Antonio Kinnell. Hail the Army admins. First to type, last to fight. Thank you. I look like Antonio Brown. Joey Medj for 5. Happy belated birthday to the Marines, and thank you, veterans, for your service. Hey, thanks, Joey. John Beck for 5. Sorry for asking again. What do I email to get transferred?
I answered him.
You already answered that,
Jeremy at geeksandgamers.com.
Thoughts on fitness with Nigel? The Diddy party becomes the pity party. Legendary comment. Joey Sixpack for 5. Will you be reviewing Star Who Res The Hills Have Thighs or Schindler's Fist?
I think we'll pass on those.
Are those over on Wicked?
Wicked.com, maybe.
Schindler's Fist. Black Dane. Under Project 2025, Cavalry Scouts will be redesignated as gay cowboys. Happy Veterans Day. Derek PG Beller, Nick Offerman became a huge disappointment, though. Or 2. He's always been pretty outspoken politics stuff. Blood Viper, my first super chat. Just want to say thanks for all you guys do. Thank you, Blood Viper. Sorry for calling out your comment about Tom Cruise movies earlier. The Sith C for 2. Who makes Criticless better? What makes Criticless better than Letterboxd?
We don't talk about that place around here.
It's not gay,
everything.
right? Criticless
Right,
isn't
exactly.
gay.
Well, one of the big things is we're a free speech platform and we're anti-censorship. So they will nuke your account. They have been deleting people's accounts literally for reviewing conservative films. That is not even a joke. It's completely serious. And being that they are owned now by like a Canadian hedge fund, you can better bet that their speech is going to be cracked down on even harder than it already was, outside of just the people who own it or pro all that stuff. But outside of that, we have a lot of other features like our friends with benefits and everything, where you can see scores of your friends. There's a lot of features that we have that they don't. So yeah, I mean, we're better all the way around.
I've heard people complaining about Letterboxd for years. I used to have an account on there. This is like before I even started YouTube. But I don't know, moved on from it pretty quickly.
It's so pretentious. It's just, I mean, I don't know. The atmosphere on Criticless is very different. It's a lot more communal, a lot more just people chilling and making their little echo chambers and friends and whatever. Over there, it's not a conducive environment, I would say.
There you go.
Logan Miziak for 5. The only way I watch a new trilogy is Rey turns evil. They bring Anakin back from the dead to completely humiliate her and slice her head off. I can't tell you how much I would fucking hate that. God damn. Don't stop bringing people back from the dead. Samwise for 2. Someone rated Penguin 30%. It's his opinion. That is his opinion. Pedro for 5. If Ryan has to go to FurCon, Jeremy has to go to GayCon. Oh, we're talking about punishing things. All right?
Send me to FatCon before I go to GayCon.
Gavin Free None for 5. Force Awakens could have made 200 trillion McDollars. It's still It's still dog shit, and would rather watch Man of Steel.
Yeah, I'd rather watch. I mean, obviously, retroactively, The Force Awakens is a fucking shit show now. But like at the time, I will take The Force Awakens as a movie over Man of Steel all day long. And then retroactively looking back, they both fucking suck. But I enjoyed Force Awakens a lot more.
Just put my first review and ranking list on Criticless. Again, Ryan, at least you're not a Titans fan. Shaking my head. At least I have the Vols. Good old Rocky Top. Right. Taker, if we just got a trailer for Mission Impossible movie coming in May, how close could we be to our first Gun Superman teaser trailer before year's end? Maybe. That movie's supposed to release in July, right?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was I thought it was even later than that. Is it not?
It's on Superman Day, which is I think in July, right?
I'm still somewhat hopeful for James Gunn's Superman.
It is July.
I'm still somewhat hopeful. Brightburn's a better Superman movie than Man of Steel.
July 11th.
Yeah.
Jesus Davila. Thank you, Jesus. Shadow Saiyan for 5. If you want to see people rip BBS and Justice League apart, watch the EFAP Cruise videos. Very true. Pre-Dawn Corpse, Jeremy, how can I send you a clip I took from Beardo's stream? You want to see this?
I got your email, so we'll save it for a main event. So I haven't watched it yet, though.
Sir Hat for 2. Add anime to Criticless.
We have anime. Yeah.
Unfortunately. Booming Bob for 5. Thoughts of foreign stuff, likes Korean and Japanese movies or TV shows. I haven't watched many of them.
Oh, I wonder if they meant anime books, maybe.
Maybe.
That would be called manga.
Manga? Yeah. Hey, I'm not the expert here, like you, Ryan.
I mean anime books.
Hey, I'm new to this shit, man. I just started watching anime this year because our users conned me into it. Those are the ones you read backwards, right?
When Ryan, when Ryan's correcting you.
I don't like to know these things. Spider Clock, Jeremy's right. BBS is trash. Soup's character tone was off. Didn't act like Soup's. Same with Bats. Eisenberg's the worst casting decision in history. Good riddance, Snyder.
Yeah. Fuck that movie.
Raiden Roach, thanks for your service, Ryan, and all the other vets out there. We the people appreciate y'all. Hey, thank you, Raiden Roach. Crazy Clown Town, did you get my email I sent last week?
Me? I'm assuming. I recall I think I saw one from you. I'll have to double check.
Pat for $1. Blaine, what's your favorite hamburger helper meal?
Hamburger helper. I don't know. Do they have beefaroni? Is that who does that? I would
lasagna. Lasagna is the only answer. Okay, cheeseburger macaroni is good. The hamburger helper is good. and beef stroganoff is good. And then those are the three that I eat, but lasagna is the best.
I think beefaroni. Yeah, that's the one with the little noodles and the chunks of beef, maybe beef.
Hamburger Helper is like in Alabama. That's like a fine dining right there. Okay, like if you're taking a girl, like if you're like, hey, I'm gonna impress her, you get her some Hamburger Helper. Sally Mae, she's all yours after that. So.
Oh yeah, next step above that is taking everybody to the Golden Corral. Taker for 5. Can someone add retired Jeremy to FatCon speaker list? He can explain how to transition from internet star to retiree with retired Gary. And we're all caught up.
We're all caught up. All right. So we have I have Cobra Cast tonight, so I'll be covering all of the craziness right now surrounding the Trump administration and the Senate, everything going on with that. I might have an interesting take on that that people may not expect. I know everybody's pro Rick Scott, and I guess he's the best of the bunch. I'm not pro Rick Scott per se. I guess I'm pro Rick Scott versus the others involved, but like MAGA is like all about Rick Scott. And I'm like, Rick Scott's kind of a pussy, but he's better than the other choices that are on the table. So I guess we can go from that. But
he just
Blaine
spoiled his take. You're going to be surprised by tonight, by the way.
Yeah, but we'll get into more details on it. So Blaine,
yeah,
real quick, let them know one more time about Criticless.
Yeah. Make sure to visit criticless.com. Like I said, just go ahead, download the app in the app stores, Android or Apple, and go to the website too. But I always push the app. But if you are going to subscribe to Crit Club and be like a paid user, do it on web because these app companies suck. So go to our website and do it there, just as a discounted kind of thing. But yeah, and just come review some movies and stuff. Anytime you watch something, just hop on. It doesn't have to be a bunch of paragraphs. It can be one little sentence if you want. So, I mean, we've got all kinds of people, but it just helping contribute to those reviews and keeping those numbers high for, everything that you're watching is great.
Thanks, Blaine, for being here. We appreciate it, man. And
totally
looking forward to everybody joining the Geeks and Gamers group over there as well. Update on FlexFit hats. People should be getting them this week. If you do not get them this week, as soon as you get your FlexFit hat, I want an email. I don't care how many emails I get. 71 people did not receive them. So, and that was a shipping error. We had the hurricanes that it hit Florida right around the time when all this was happening. So email me to confirm you get them. If you haven't, let me know and I'll get to the bottom of it. So I do apologize for that. Ryan, what do we got going on?
I don't know. You make videos. War Wizard for 199. Jeremy, could you explain the whole X videos thing?
I would say don't go to a site named X Videos. And the whole point is that Twitter has always been called Twitter Video. And now that Twitter is named X, a lot of people might want to call it X Video. And so if you're having a conversation out in the public, water cooler discussion, you're like, I was watching X Videos the other day and I saw it's probably not going to go the way you want it to go. So there you go.
Lady Acellus, update on Flex with how you said that. Rick Scott has terrible record on 2A. Says GL dude. Sir Hat for 2. Ignore my anime super chat. I spelled the fucking name wrong. Golden Nuggets for 2. Jeremy is really a Brit guy called Henry. It's an act.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Subscribe to Geeks Gamers 2. All the highlights will be over there of our Geeks Gamers Daily. Follow us on Locals. Make sure you support us over there. Thanks to Blaine for being here. Thanks to Ryan for being positive and really just an overall swell guy. We do appreciate it. Other than that, you guys have a great day, and we will talk to all of you later. Bye, everyone.